Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 2019. Picked up a brand new tractor, but we haven't had a chance to use it quite yet. Now, this thing is, like we said before, it is absolutely gorgeous, but we obviously we haven't used it yet. So, I think it's time we go ahead and get it started right on up. Go over here, and we have not fertilized our field yet. Let's double check that real quick. Yeah, she has not been fertilized. I think it's about time that we go ahead and get that done today. Go ahead and get the first layer finished on her. Then we can do it again later once it's closer to time. In order to do that, so we can get this full gamut. This thing definitely is impressive though, just looking at it. Just as far as size and honestly in terms of capability as well. I might be looking into getting a larger cultivator because since, it has 80 more horsepower than our smaller tractor did, the 6M did. This one's sitting at, I believe, about 245. That means we can go ahead and get ourselves a bigger cultivator, disc harrow, whichever we want to get. But we also need to be able to afford it, so while we can't do it right this second, it's going to be something we're going to pick up fairly soon to the future. Because that's going to be an amazing purchase for us. So it's sunny today, but it still sounds like it's thundering a little bit. I don't know what to make of that. That is a little bit unnerving to think about. So hopefully it doesn't start raining again on us. That would not be fun. Not one bit. Once we get this done, we'll look into what we're going to do next. It's not 100% set in stone, but I did see that on field 5, and you guys might have seen it when we went to go look at the map. Took a look and saw that the farmer over on field 5 over there is looking for some corn harvest. It would be a great chance to get to see the New Holland CR1090, I think it's the combine that it had. And, just get to check that out, see how well it runs, get it completely taken care of for him. It'd make a decent amount of money as well. Even though we would have to rent the equipment, it's still a pretty good payday in the end. It'll help us pay down the loan and make this tractor worthwhile. We do have because we ended up having to come pretty close to maxing it out. Actually, might have even, I think we did max it out in order to get this tractor, go ahead and get some more seed, not have to worry about that for a while. Just have a few more harvests with that, so we don't have to worry about any of that stuff. We might need to get some more fertilizer eventually, but the only reason we'll need to get it soon is if we do contracts, and contracts pay out the ass for fertilizer, so nothing really to worry about there. That means that we're going to be set for a very, very long time as far as all this stuff goes. Alright, last little section of the field. One more quick little line. This thing is just trucking. I'm excited to see, after we do our next harvest, I'm excited to see how well it pulls that cedar, because that was the biggest place you could tell that while this 6M could do it, that's where you kind of tell that, it's struggling a little bit. Needs a little bit of work to get into it. Needs to go downhill. Not figuratively, I mean like literally go downhill. I wouldn't want that tractor to go downhill. That was a good tractor. That was a perfect starter tractor for us. Alright, let's shut off the spreader. go ahead and start folding it up while we head back across the field. And let's try and slot it right back in here. That plow makes it tough. I think I'm gonna probably go ahead and move the plow. We'll move the plow so that we can get it in there that much more easily. Come on. It's not rented. I'll do that. I think part of the issue as far as backing the plow in is that it does have the wheel. I do like some of the smaller ones, how they're just supported directly by the tractor, so they're not going to just flop around like that one does, but it does for whatever reason. So, have that done. Got a tiny bit of dirt on the wheels. But since we do need a little bit more money to pay everything off, we will go ahead and get the harvesting contract for Field 5. Go ahead and lease the items, or now it calls it borrowed. So that's new. But we'll tab over here, and oh, we get to use another semi truck. We get to use the Hulk. I'm not really feeling the orange, just because I don't know. I just like red trucks more. But we do have the CR1090 over here, ready to go. Yellow combine with a red header. That's awesome. It's kind of funny to look at. But we can go ahead and hook it up. Come over here, and we'll pull this trailer out of the way. Although we really don't need to use it. Since this thing does fold up, we don't necessarily need to use the header trailer. But we'll go ahead and place it on there if it'll fit. I want to see if it'll fit this way or if we're going to have to keep it folded up in order to get it. And it sits high, okay. But if it'll fit on there unfolded, I think I'll do that. But if not, not a big deal to patch her on up. Alright, she's kind of resting on there. That's good enough for me. Should be able to hook this onto the back. Yeah, I see the attacher there. To haul it up there to Field 5. Alright, we will get all this equipment to the field, and hopefully we can start working on some corn. Alright, we have combine here. We have the truck here, which, that truck, I like it, but it has a really big turning radius. And fortunately, I realized that we're actually not doing corn. We're actually doing sunflowers. Which I think, especially, the reason I say that's fortunate is if we look at the map. Let's get this attached real quick. Then we can look at the map. So we have the header attached. No, don't fold that. Unfold this. If you look at the map here, we have to deliver it all the way from Field 5 up towards the north to the restaurant, which is all the way down by the shop. So I was kind of worried that if we didn't, you know, we might end up the combine stuck because it filled up, but I don't think we should have that problem, which is definitely fortunate. All right, let's look over here, make sure we're hitting the edge. And we are getting all of them. And we can go ahead and start the harvest. Now, even though this is the first time that we're using the combine on here, it doesn't feel weird so much. Part of it is because of the fact that, in case you didn't know, if you've ever seen CNH, that stands for Case New Holland. So it's the same as a case tractor. They're similar to the case. So I believe, for example, like a T6 is similar to a case Puma, a T7 is similar to a case Optum, T8 case Magnum, etc. So because of that, it feels familiar, but yellow paint definitely looks a lot different than the red paint. Even though the screens and such are pretty similar, but I mean, can't really complain about either one. Both of them are really nice machines. And this actually isn't, it's filling up pretty slowly. I'm liking it. Now this thing also does have a gigantic hopper. I think it's something around 14,500 liters. But even so, this is a pretty long pass up here and it's not filling up like a bat out of hell. I mean, we're done with the first pass of the headland and we're not even, well, we're a little over 20% full. Not quite a quarter full. Actually, no, yeah. No, we aren't 20% actually. 20% would be 2,900. Now this thing is not filling up terribly quickly. Especially with the trip we're gonna have to take down to the restaurant every time. That's a pretty fortunate discovery for us. Although, how large is the field? Yeah, you can see we did one of the, not necessarily the short edge, but that bottom one is definitely going to be pretty long and should get us pretty close to full. But overall, this thing should be pretty easy harvest. Take a little bit of time, especially having to cart it back and forth, but overall, it won't be too bad of a harvest whatsoever for them. And we'll also get a nice little paycheck for it. Which, let's be honest, that's the biggest reason we do these contracts for them instead of just doing our own fields, because, you know, they pay decently well. It's a good way to spend the time while we're waiting for our own fields to grow, especially here in the early stages when we only have 2, but in reality 1. And eventually we'll end up extending those all the way out to the road. But right now, when we don't have an actual house and everything, just want to keep them there since we don't have a yard to keep all of our stuff. But I promise you, give it time and those fields, that field will be gigantic, rival anything that this one and the other ones such as 4, 8, that those fields can never do. looks like we're getting close to the end of the field, and we still haven't taken a load over there, which is kind of surprising. Like you can see, all that to our left is what we've already done. All this to the right is all that's left. I mean, we've knocked out a massive part of this field already. So once we take it, I mean, we're not going to have very much left once we're finished. Once we get back, we're not going to have very much left that we actually need to take care of. Which is, I mean, that's fortunate, I would think. We didn't have to spend we spent a fair amount of time, but we didn't have to spend forever just trying to get this done. So once we get this one unloaded, it's not going to be 100% full in the trailer, but it's going to be, it'll be full enough, let's put it that way. It'll be more than full enough to make the trip. Because it should be around 59,000 liters in a 60,000 liter trailer. So I think it's going to be pretty full. But once we get it done, get that delivered, I mean, I'm curious how much it's going to cost, how much they'll be, and how much we're going to get as our kind of, you know, that little bonus that we get at the end. Which makes it really worthwhile doing the additional 2 rows or whatever it is. I remember back in FS17 with the contracts, it was always kind of nice that you didn't have to do the whole thing, but now, at least for harvesting missions, it's without a doubt worth it to the nth degree to finish it up. Because sometimes, depending on what crop it is, you could get 60, 70,000 even, I would think, depending on your difficulty. Like imagine doing sugar beets on field 8 as a contract. I mean, you're gonna end up with so many freaking extra sugar beets that you can go and sell that I don't know why you wouldn't do it. Oh, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and hire our worker because we just have that much left. That means that we can go ahead and get the truck ready to go, so that we don't end up with it sitting there waiting. Because that's one of the biggest things I don't want to do, is just have the combine sitting there waiting for us to show up so that we can unload it. Heck, there's a decent chance we would have to back it up. Heck, we might still have to back it up. I'm really hoping we don't. Hoping that it can hold on just a little bit longer. It looks like it did. So we should be good. Go ahead and start the turn so that we can get unloaded on the go. Watch the sunflowers with your header. I don't want to lose that yield. And why are these cars stopped watching? And I get that you love watching combine work, but we don't need you just sitting there staring at us while we're trying to do our jobs. Come on. We're right there. We really come that close and not quite get it. I'm doing that because sometimes it doesn't like to start up again. I know Courseplay would start up again just fine, but for some reason hired workers don't necessarily love to whenever they finally move forward. Alright, so we have the front one done. We'll try not to spill it, but we'll fill the back one here real quick. And then once combine is completely empty, we will go ahead and take this down to the restaurant, where apparently they are really enjoying some sunflower seeds. Maybe instead of like, some restaurants will give you, you know, giant bucket of peanuts, whatever you want to call them. Maybe if they're getting them sunflower seeds instead, you know, something a little bit different. Never seen a restaurant do that, but doesn't mean they aren't. They never would. Go ahead and cross here. I kind of want to look at the maps exactly where we need to go. So we'll go ahead and take a right up here. Cut that car off. We're definitely not going the fastest way, but and we're driving off the road because I'm trying to look at the map. But we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. I hope. Maybe not. We'll see. I mean, this truck, even with this full load, it will fly. I'm actually surprised at just how quick you can get it to move. I know it has the top speed, but I didn't realize it was gonna haul quite this hauling power. Okay, this time we'll actually stop. Go in here so that we can take a look at. Is anybody coming? The answer is no. Make the nice wide turn, especially with this long of a trailer. I'm actually curious how long this trailer is. I mean, I know a lot of these trailers for agriculture end up being, instead of being a full 53, you'll see a bunch of 40 footers, 42 footers, thinking just because of how dense some of the grains are. Because if 53 footer is 2/3 full when you're at your max weight, there's no real point to gain a 53 instead of, say, a 40 or a 42. Which might even allow you to carry a little bit more because you don't have as much weight in the trailer itself. Still clear. So let's go ahead and get the dump on. Just a second. Not surprised we're taking a semi-truck down into a residential area like this, though. Get there's a restaurant, but it's still a very large truck and a very tight quarter. And we just barely cleared that pull. Oh, come on. Oh, this trailer's a little heavy for the truck. Okay. Okay. I'll get both of them over so that we can get them both dumped. Okay, so how do I dump both? Come in here. Huh. I'm guessing can you not dump both at once? That's a little that's a little oh, okay. So hip side. Oh, you have to do it this way. Okay, I'm learning. I'm learning how this trailer works. It's the first time I've used it. First time I've actually it's the first time I've used the belly dump one. So, we're slowly learning. We are slowly learning how it works. We are 84% transported. Oh crap, we're really gonna have to work to get out of here. Alright, come on. We're scraping the front. Will the rear wheels clear? This is a very tight, very tight area. Yeah. Why they gave us this truck, I do not know. I enjoy the capacity, but as far as getting it out of there, not happening. But we'll head over, we'll finish it up. We will see just how much we make once we get everything harvested and sold. Alright, we have that contract finished. Just about 3250, slightly more that we got for the extra seeds. I'm not going to try and get this thing out of here again, so we'll go ahead and shut it off. Over here to the contract screen, and we made 11,000 $400 doing that. That is impressive. So kind of looking at some of the different ones here, we might do another one of these, or we might look into doing something else. No, we could just go and do a fertilizer mission real quick. I will accept this, figure out how we're gonna end it, just kind of wind down real quick. So I will see you guys in just a couple seconds. To wind down, we are going to take the Puma down to a new field that we haven't hit up yet. We're headed down to field 19, which, looking at the area, actually I think we might have hit 19. I think we did with fertilizer once. But, you know, it's a quick $1,000. Something for us to do really quickly. It's a chance to really get to use the Puma some more. That's part of the reason I really wanted to do it, because you know, I really do like this tractor. Just from the short time that we've gotten to use it, really does seem to be a very, very well built machine. That, I mean, it's perfect for our farm at its current state. So any chance I can get to use it, and I mean the red looks not exact, but it does look a little bit better, at least in my eyes, to be using a red tractor with a red spreader, with a red fertilizer spreader. I don't know. They seem to match up more. You can see the field just over here to our left. We'll go ahead and start unfolding so that we can hop right into the field and be able to get her all fertilized. So this shouldn't take more than, what, a minute? I mean, that's why I think it's the easiest $1,000 you can possibly make. Because we basically make one pass down this way, make a super quick one the other direction, and we are scot-free, we are home free for the night. Because, you know, it's starting to get a little dark. It's starting to get see the moon up there. The moon actually looks really good. I guess that's the first time I've actually looked up at the moon here on Ravenport. I'm definitely a fan. Just for the giggles, because it'll be funny to look at, here's what I want to do on this last pass. We will turn on the spreader, and let's look at here to just see how quickly it rises. Because it should rise pretty fast. Yeah, you can see we'll exit out. It's rising stupid fast. Just to show you how small of a field we were really working on. And any second, we should get the confirmation that congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, we have fertilized a field. So I'll go ahead, accept this, and hold it up. And I will jump out and kind of show you guys more, you know. It sounds really good too. So guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. What do you guys think of the new tractor? Definitely a little bit different of a color, but I think it's definitely a good color to keep as well. I'm not sure we'll go to a case combine, but stranger things have happened. So anyway, I hope to see you guys on the